Welcome back. In this Arma 3 mods video, I'll be covering my top 20 favorite mods of all time. It honestly took me a while to cut it down to 20, and it should be noted that the mods in this list are ones that add new weapons, vehicles, or troops to the game instead of just enhancing internal mechanics of the game itself. In the coming weeks, I will be releasing a separate video of my favorite mechanics and quality of life mods, so be on the lookout for that. If you like or even dislike this content, hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button and leave a comment with your thoughts because I'd love to see your favorite mods below. With that, let's get right into the mods. At number 20 is HAFM Navy by HAFM Mod team. The naval side of Arma 3 has sadly been somewhat neglected, but the mechanics were sewn in by Bohemia for surface and underwater combat. HAFM Navy is by far one of the best mods for surface level warfare, bringing in an Arleigh class guided missile destroyer and a few frigates with moderate firepower, some gunboats, and even a replenishment ship. If naval warfare is something you crave, HAFM is the mod for you. At number 19 is BWMod by the BWMod team. This German-focused mod of the Bundeswehr is one of the sexiest looking when it comes to texture work. There aren't a massive amount of assets in this one, but what is there stands out beautifully. The Leopard 2 is gorgeous beyond reason, and the Tiger helicopter is one of my favorite modded aircraft to scream over the treetops in. All the assets come in woodland and desert camo schemes, allowing for plenty of variation in operations. Honestly, half the fun of these assets is just staring at their beauty, something I could do for hours. At 18 is BWI T-6 Texan 2 mods by NZDF Crash. You guys know I have a soft spot for training aircraft, and the T-6 is near and dear to me as this is what we use in the USAF during initial flight training in UPT to build the foundations for what will later become either a fighter track or a heavy track. The model, while somewhat aged now, still holds its own and looks great in flight. The internals of the cockpit still look good years later as well, and the flight model is forgiving, which makes it a great training aircraft for any Air Force milsim out there. At 17 is JK C-130 Special Variants Mega Pack by Joker006. Truly a masterpiece for any C-130 lover. This mod includes over 20 different variants of the mighty Hercules throughout the years, dating back to the Vietnam era with the 3-bladed C-130As to the ultra-modern MC-130J. This mod has every model fielded by both Air Combat Command, Air Mobility Command, and Air Force Special Operations Command. Currently, he plans on adding more with the mighty AC-130J gunships on a future menu, and he also plans to give the MC-130 variants the ability to aerial refuel. At 16 is US Equipment Pack by Abbott. A simple mod that essentially repackages some vanilla uniforms. It honestly looks really good, is lore friendly, and super lightweight. I primarily love this one for the different vanilla pilot uniforms and the deck crew. I don't know why I love the look so much, but it's always been a favorite of mine. At 15 is F-16 Sky Guardians by XRAM. Honestly, everything XRAM makes is solid gold, but this livery pack is hands down my favorite for the F-16. Each aircraft has its own detailed weathering, and considering there's over 40 different liveries for different countries in this pack, I can't imagine how long it took to detail all of these. You guys know me, the dirtier the jet, the happier I am. This pack also has paint schemes you won't find anywhere else, and I love it. At 14 is the Hatchet H-60 pack by Project Hatchet. This is as close to DCS as you'll get. Every switch is adjustable and every button is pushable. Not only that, it comes with an awesome overlay on screen of what buttons to hit. The liveries of the aircraft themselves are gorgeous and they handle like a dream, which is as close to the real world values as possible. Any Black Hawk lover needs to download this mod. At 13 is E22 Northstar by Grave. Not many vanilla mods make it into my favorites, but Grave has been knocking out banger after banger in his workshop. Northstar is the NATO version of his 2035 timeline, with multiple camo variants for many of the vanilla vehicles, aircraft, and uniforms. They all look amazing and are a fun addition to the vanilla gameplay that I have incorporated as a must-have anytime I play. At 12 is DEGA AH-99E Mohawk by Delta Gamer. I love the AH-99 Blackfoot and loved the idea that NATO somehow got it fielded even though the program was canceled back in the 90s. A heavy combat variant with a top-mounted radar and additional pylons for carrying more firepower is right up my alley. Most other vehicles got an upgun variant, so why not the AH-99? At 11 is FA-18EF Super Hornet by Saul, John Spartan, and T3. Another clickable cockpit aircraft, this time one of the first, I believe, for Arma 3. This fighter is simply legendary. It looks badass, the startup sequence is fun and interactive, and the avionics are also open to manipulation by the player, akin to how you would in DCS. The mod comes with its own interactive system, letting you click buttons, flip switches, and turn knobs in the cockpit to work different parts of the aircraft. The Super Hornet is meant to be paired with the Nimitz Super Carrier mod, and man oh man is it fun launching off that carrier deck. At 10 is the F-35C by Lord Peril. Yet another clickable fighter, this time by the community-renowned Lord Peril. The multi-role F-35C is in full effect in this mod, again launching with Peril's own custom interaction system that is a dependency for this mod. The best part is that a kneeboard iPad is there for you to learn the aircraft systems, getting the aircraft started and operational. It even has a custom UI overlay for steps to turn the aircraft on, which is a wonderful addition in my book. At number 9 is Cold War Rearmed III by Wool. Simply the best Cold War centered mod on the workshop. Wool deserves all of the praise for literally redesigning the Operation Flashpoint in a campaign that utilizes this mod. US, Soviet, and independent forces are recreated with beautiful fidelity, utilizing Cup assets from their various packs. The weapon and gear look amazing, the aircraft and vehicles are awesome, and it honestly brings back a lot of nostalgia for those Operation Flashpoint days when I first discovered what would be the beginning of my Arma journey over 20 years ago. Yet number 8 is Project Future Vertical Lift by Martinez FG-11. There simply isn't another mod like this one. The V-22 is a world-renowned aircraft, and after 20 years of operational flight, the Army decided to get into the tilt rotor business and to start replacing its aging UH-60 fleet. Personally, I love the Black Hawk and I don't think it should go anywhere, but I love this new V-280 aircraft. Combining the best features of both a helicopter and a plane, this mod comes with a gunship variant and troop transport variants with multiple camo schemes for both. It also handles much better than the V-22s we've been used to, making it a blast to fly in Arma. At number 7 is the mighty AH-64D official project by Voodoo Flies et al. It's only fitting the sexiest and most combat-proven attack helicopter in the world be given a high-fidelity mod of this caliber. Another mod with an interactive cockpit and complex startup procedures, the avionics package within the mod itself is undergoing one of the biggest updates in the mod's history. A competent pilot and gunner in this machine means death to any ground forces in the AO, which holds true in both Arma and in real-life scenarios. At number 6 is the USAF Mod by the USAF Mod team. Look, I can't not have this mod on my favorites list. It's just stellar in every capacity, though personally I do wish we retained the CV-22 and the B-1B bombers from the Legacy mod, but I get completely why they weren't included. The aircraft we ended up with were hyper-focused on and improved greatly over the Legacy versions with bug fixes and enhanced mechanics like the F-35's sensor suite allowing the complete dominance in the aerial domain, and of course the Raptor's improved flight model and super maneuverability. There are just so many quality of life improvements in the new USAF mod that it has become a staple mod in my set list regardless if I plan on using them or not. At 5 is RHS by Red Hammer Studios. Alright, so I'm cheating on this one by grouping all of the RHS mods together, but they're all just incredible in both quality of assets and depth of available options. The texture work and 3D models have improved greatly over time, and the more modernized variants that get included in both the US and Russian arsenals have been a welcomed inclusion. My only gripe with RHS are their damage models when playing against anything vanilla or vice versa. When using RHS, you have to really make your scenarios RHS versus RHS assets for balancing purposes. But the good far outweighs the bad here. As much as I like Cup for its vanilla compatibility when it comes to this issue, RHS just takes the crown for its hyper-focus on realistic 3D models and great texture work that simply looks stunning in-game. Some assets like the H-64 Apache have additional features when using the IHADS helmet to really help you feel integrated as a weapon of war. At 4 is MO Pilot Gear Suite by 556 Mo. I just covered this mod not long ago in a previous video, and honestly, the 3D models and texture work speak for itself. This is the best aircrew flight equipment anywhere on the workshop, bar none. I hope Mo decides to come back and continue to bring us more amazing aircrew equipment, but even if he doesn't, this mod is so very complete in its delivery that I could live the rest of my Arma 3 life and be happy. I'd hug this man if I could. These helmets look sublime and are exactly what I was hoping the workshop would get one day after Firewill's equipment started to show its age. At 3 is After Eastwind by Ayanasa. To me, there is no better 2035 mod. The lore behind the mod was established, interesting, and fit right into the Eastwind incident perfectly. Not only was it a great fit, it's actually believable and doesn't require me to suspend my disbelief when using these factions in vanilla setting scenarios. The texture work on all of the new Altus Army assets are some of my favorite of any vanilla mod and are a complete joy to look at. Adding to this mod's longevity are wonderfully made scenarios with this mod at the center focus, expanding the 2035 lore further in a way that lets the player imagine a continued world on their own while giving you just enough information to feel like this was a natural progression in the story. At number 2 is Firewill's aircraft inventory. Again, I'm cheating here, and while I wanted to say only the F-16 because, well, that's my baby, I would be absolutely disrespecting his incredible inventory of aircraft that hundreds of thousands of people have downloaded and enjoyed over the years. His jump to 4K textures was probably the best thing that he could have done, and while it did break some mods like the NATO and Middle East F-16s, it opened the door to new creators like XRAM to come in and create all of those beautiful paint schemes in a whole new light. And I'll tell you, there's no better time to enjoy Firewill's aircraft than right now. The F-14, F-18, F-15, the 22, the 35 Bravo, and even the YF-23 Black Widow are just some of his gifts to the workshop. And while they may not be full fidelity with clickable cockpits, what is there is serviceable enough to be fun yet complex enough to do some awesome things with it, like GPS guided munitions and cruise missiles that use waypoints to navigate to targets, as well as pylon management within the aircraft, setting ripple quantities and the like. The rebalanced mods by Orbis 2358 also get an honorable mention here because those truly bring Firewill's aircraft down into more realistic flight profiles. And I use realistic with air quotes here because, yes, it's Arma and not DCS. The AI can now use the afterburners with rebalance, and honestly, I could sit here and watch fighters take off in full burner all day. And finally, at number 1 is a mod near and dear to my heart, and that is the mighty Project Rax by Wild 427. Besides the fact that this mod includes over 800 new assets ranging from weapons, equipment, vehicles, and aircraft, this mod has been a labor of love that has spanned years in the making, much to the chagrin of many eager players. But once it launched on the 1st of April in 2023, the floodgates were opened, and the literal years of hard work, toil, and constant testing immediately justified the long wait and shattered any doubts of this mod's success, including aircraft, vehicles, and weapons for the Royal Army Corps of Sorani and the Sorani Liberation Army that fit in a believable setting akin to real-world cooperations with smaller countries and the United States. These hand-me-down weapons are given a modernized backbone to keep them viable in the modern fight. Both the Rax and Sorani Liberation Army were given love by the US-backed West and Russian-backed East, respectively, allowing you to simulate the proxy wars that are so prevalent in today's modern world. I can't hope to drop everything in one mod segment. You simply must download and play this mod to dive into the incredible assets this mod comes with. Project Rax alone, with its sheer depth of assets and possibilities, will keep you playing Arma 3 another 3 to 5 years by itself, and honestly, that is no exaggeration. Well guys, that's all I've got for this one. If you like this video, please destroy the like and subscribe button for more mod list videos just like this one. As always, I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons for their undying support, as well as a salute to my channel members for their unwavering support as well. To join the ranks of these legends, see the video's description for links. And thank you, the viewer, for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Let me know what your favorite mods are so I can check them out if they are somehow new to me. Thank you all, again, for your time and for watching, and I will see you in the next video.